It's Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, and I'm back with Sascha Cooper, who's holding my watch.
Just here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hopefully going to demonstrate today is how psychometry works. So what I'm doing is right now I'm tuning into the energy surrounding the watch. And one of the first things that comes to mind, Jilliana, is the whole thing with a connection with the alternative ways of working, whether it's on this plane or in a past life, so to speak. It feels like there's a continuation of growth. There's also a very strong indication at this point in time where you're having to really start looking even more detail about the next stage in your life and the next stage of the journey. Whilst essentially there's a lot of grounding that happens with you. At this point in time, what my guides are actually saying to me as I'm holding this watch, it's all about actually raising your self-worth and actually raising your awareness of who you are. At the moment, emotionally, I feel there's a little bit of disconnection. I know you travel around a lot, but the fact is, it's almost like there's a sense of not knowing where to finally end up, so to speak, where there's a need to ground. The interesting thing here with this, with the energy that's coming from this watch, there's a natural exploration of the self. There's a natural need to heal. And I feel like there's a need to constantly help and be hands-on with others, but there's not enough focus on yourself. So what needs to happen is a reversed aspect of just focusing a lot more on raising your heart energy chakra here to give yourself that little bit more grounding, stability emotionally. And I love your honesty, but what this is actually indicating to me, you actually need to be a lot more direct with people at the moment.
Oh, I'm very direct.
No, not enough, it seems.
Not
enough.
Oh, I think some people wouldn't agree with you.
No, not enough. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because you do let a lot of people into your life very easily.
That's true.
Okay, and this is what I mean by the whole thing with being even more honest.
I should be more protective, in fact.
You've got it. In fact, what I'm going to say to you very strongly, this is why we need the whole thing with grounding. You need to be a lot more assertive in saying, look, this is not a good time. Okay, and just to kind of clarify, even my guides are kicking in a little bit here in the fact that you need to start thinking, look, this is my space and nothing else, okay? You could be as honest as you like with people about how they can do things, but where's you in all this, yeah? Put down the boundaries, get a lot more in sense of grounding and purpose, open up the heart chakra for yourself, not for others, and we can see a better progress, shall we say, over the next few months. For some reason, I'm picking up a very interesting scenario in the sense that I'm being shown... Hang on a minute, can I get a clarification on that, guys? Right. I'm getting a sense of something shift-wise that's going to happen in November. You're going to be meeting somebody on your travels who's going to be showing you something else that you haven't actually considered. It's still a creative outlet, but it feels to me like there's going to be a lot more work with children. I don't know why children are coming in at the moment a lot.
That's impossible.
But you're going to be working a bit more. That's what I'm being shown here. This is a projection thing happening at the moment, okay? Don't rule out the possibility of children, working with them.
Children have never been part of my life.
They're going to be becoming part of your life. Seriously, I don't say things like this lightly, but we're going to say never rule that out.
I'll make a note in my diary, Sascha.
Okay.
But you are right, I am in a new phase of my life, that is for sure.
Yeah.
And I've had another epiphany. I've had about 2 in my life. This is now the third one.
The third one, yeah, I was going to say. Power of 3.
Very, very, yeah, watch this space.
Exactly. Power of 3 is very, very important to you as well.
Anyway,
there you go. That's just a tiny demonstration.
Show the watch. Yes.
Yeah, so this is the watching question.
And I wear that, even though I have lots of other watches, I get too many. This is the watch I always wear, and it only cost me £4.
There you go.
Yeah, and it wasn't working at the time, but
there you go.
It's a special watch.
It is indeed. Beautiful watch, that one.
Yes. Okay, back to you, Sascha.
Okay.
Right.
Right, back to me.
Speak.
So if we're continuing on the whole thing with finally knowing my path, finally everything else, Christo-paganism really did come into my life with a big vengeance once I had that confirmation. And because of that, my work has really been a lot more grounded, and I've been working very strongly in embracing that side, that you can have the best of both worlds, that the two do cross over. And for those who are watching who doubt that this can happen, look up Christo-paganism. You'll see so many crossovers that it's really good, and you can find that you fuse so many different paths, and that's a lovely thing about paganism. You can create your own path. You don't have to be part of a coven. I prefer working solitary. So
you're not part of a coven?
No. I do sometimes work with fellow pagans that are close to me up in London from time to time if we feel the need to do so. But that's more like because we're all solitary, we all bring our different energies to it.
Right.
Some would say that's a coven, but I personally call it more of a gathering. I prefer more like an open gathering, so to speak. Yeah. But because of that, my work in my mediumship side of things has really gone further because of that solidarity. The mediumship side, obviously, once I got that side kicked in, I didn't really think much of the mediumship side until I went on a ghost hunt, and that was opened up a lot more, dealing with very different energies there, and I was told to explore the mediumship side a lot more. So I went to spiritualist churches down here in Brighton, and I found out that there were 3 different styles of being a medium. Clairvoyance, which is seeing, clairaudience, hearing, and the third one, which I have, clairsentience, which is clairsentience.
Clairsentient?
Clairsentient is where you work very strongly with feelings, energy, all that kind of stuff. So you don't see or hear, but you pick up the energy. And that's where the psychometry really comes into play, because you're working with energy.
And what about the aura? Do you see auras?
From time to time, yeah. It only happens with certain clients. If they're open, then a lot of things are shown to me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I always say with people as well. Try not to block readings. You know, you can say yes or no, but try not to block if you can, because there could be something quite significant that
well,
comes
of course,
through.
it's difficult to find a sincere medium as opposed to a commercial medium.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yes, obviously word of mouth. There was a lady, I think she's died on Elm Grove.
Yeah, I've heard. Yes. Very, very sad.
Yes, something sad happened to her. I can't remember. She was quite elderly.
Yes.
Yes.
I do know that lady, and yes.
I don't think she's with us anymore.
No, she's not, sadly, no. But it was a very recent passing, I believe.
Yeah.
But she.
Margaret.
Yes, Margaret. She was a very, from what I remember of her, she was a very honest medium. She worked with clients who loved her energy, who loved her honesty. And that's what I pride myself on in my readings. If I feel like there's nothing there to really go on, I will stop the reading, basically.
So where can people find you if they want a reading?
So you can find me either at Pebble Beach in Brighton Marina. You can book through myself on my website, which is www.psychicsascha, that's SASCHA.co.uk. You can either book via Pebble Beach, myself, if you want a one-to-one in my own home, or Pebble Beach, or I can come to you. I also do hen parties, I do psychic parties, I do all
Psychic parties?
Psychic parties, yes, all sorts.
Well, we have to end there. It was lovely meeting you,
and
Sascha.
You, Jilliana.
Till next time.
Till next time. Thank you very much for having me.
Pleasure.